In this video I will do a review of game week 31 of my team. Now in the goal I start with Dubravka in the goal. He had 2 points. On the bench I had Robin Roos from Sunderland, but he didn't start. But Dubravka had 2 points, conceded 3 goals, he had 3 saves, so in total 2 points. In defense I had 4 defenders, and only 1 defender had a clean sheet, Matt Cash from Aston Villa. But he started with Lewis Hall, was a bit disappointing, conceded 2 goals, only 1 point. I expected a little bit more from him, but only 1 point for Lewis Hall from Newcastle United. Then Joachim Andersson was a bit disappointing too, because against Burnley made a goal but didn't have many chances. But they conceded 1 goal, but Andersson still got the defensive contributions. So he got 4 points because of his defensive contributions, 2 extra points. So still 4 points, which is not too bad. Van Dijk also had defensive contributions. He had 2 extra points, but conceded 2 goals against Brighton. In total 3 points. Now Matt Cash was the only defender with a clean sheet. Against West Ham United, 6 points, was a good, very good performance. So in total the defenders gave me 16 points for 5 players, which is not very good. I was hoping on 1 more clean sheet, but 16 points from 5 players. Then I also had 4 midfielders, and once again Bruno Fernandes saved me, because if you look at the midfielders, Enzo Fernandez had 2 points. Ouattara Danko was very disappointing, because I transferred him in like Andersson, and it took a hit to get Danko in, but he was not even starting, which was for me very disappointing. I didn't understand that, because Danko played very well in the last few game weeks, but he didn't start against Leeds United. He only played the last 14 minutes. At 1 point it was very disappointing. That was a hit which didn't work, because it cost me 4 points and only got 1 point back. With Andersson was also a hit for Andersson. It cost me 4 points. I got 4 points back, so that was okay. That was not a problem. But Danko was very disappointing. I just don't understand why he didn't start, you know. Then Stach from Leeds United at 3 points. He had a clean sheet. 3 points. Now Bruno Fernandes again was 13 points. Excellent. Goal and an assist. 3 bonus points, you know. He was excellent again. In total 13 points and 26. So I get 32 points from 4 players, which is quite good. Which is not too bad. And then in the front I had Pedro, who had 2 points. He didn't have 1 chance against Everton. Chelsea was completely outplayed, by the way, by Everton. And Thiago from Brentford had 4 points. For some reason he had his defensive contributions. And that was a bit weird. He had his defensive contributions for 15 defensive contributions. For a centre forward that was a bit weird. But he gave me 4 points. Now the bench didn't look very interesting. Not one of the players from the bench played. Roos, Gabriel, Reis and Haaland. But in total I had 54 points. But I took 2 hits, so then it was 46. The average number of points was 38. So I still managed to get 8 points above average. The average number of points was very low, but because a lot of managers didn't do anything, didn't use the free hit or didn't make any transfers, and I think that's why the average number of points is only 38, is very, very low. Because a lot of managers did nothing and just ignored it. Because only 16 teams played. City didn't play, Arsenal didn't play, Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton didn't start. And I think that's why the number of points was only 38 on average. A lot of managers didn't really bother. But I bothered, but I did better than average. But the overall ranking now, is again, I took going down now till 57,000 from about 35,000. So a big drop in the ranking, 22,000 places. But again, but I'm still in the top 100,000, which is very, very good. 30,000 to 57,000 now. I still think I can finish in the top 100,000. But overall it was a bit disappointing game. I expected more from Owatara. I think that was a little bit disappointing. But I think, yeah. But it was always going to be a difficult game week without Arsenal and City playing, because I had 3 players from City I had in my team. Nunez, Semenyo and Haaland, and 2 from Arsenal, Gabriel and Reis. And I think, yeah, that was just... I knew it's going to be a very difficult game week. But the big advantage now is I still have my free hit. I'm a triple captain. And I will use my free hit normally in game week 34. Be aware that in game week 34 there will be the semi-finals of the FA Cup. But also game week 34. As it's seen now that City, Arsenal and Chelsea, City or Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal will play the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So they're not going to play in the league in game week 34. An excellent game week to use the free hit. Or maybe to wildcard. I don't have my wildcard left. So I still have my free hit left, and I think I'm certainly going to need it. But overall it was a tough game week, but I think for every manager it was very difficult. Just try to make the best out of it. Game week 32 will be in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, game week 32. In 2 weeks, there's the FA Cup. There's international break. Now, in 2 weeks, the FA Cup quarterfinal. And in 3 weeks, only in 3 weeks, there will be the game week 32, which will be a normal game week. So that was the end of the video. I talked about the review of my team for game week 31. In the next video, which will only be in about 3 weeks, I will talk about my final team for game week 32.